What's up, nerds and nerdettes and wee little nerdlings all? Your buddy Big Johnny G from Two Gun Pixie Presents Legendary Gaming is back again. So what was that face for I was making? Because I can't believe how stupid you think that is going to beat this. Fill in the blank for that. Fill in the blank for this. As a nerd, I know my whole life has really been debating other nerds on nerd subjects. Whether Batman can beat Captain America, whether Dr. Fate can take Doctor Strange, whether Captain Kirk can beat up Picard. It's mindless, endless, constant battles and fights verbally with me and my friends. This has been going on my whole life, since I was a wee little nerd myself until I made a great big nerd. This is what we do. We love talking about how Wolverine is going to take a beating from Superman. We love talking about how Doctor Who can take whoever, Spock, in a fight. This is what we do. We love it. We hate it, but we love it. And now, we have a game from Skybound Games. It's been out for a little while. It's not brand new. Called Superfight. And that is what this game is about. This game is a verbal argument game about me being right and you being wrong. I'm going to show you how to play this game. So why don't we take a moment and we'll check the game out. All right, so this is what the game comes with. This is what it comes with. A stack of cards, black and white cards, and that's all you get in the box. Kind of like Cards Against Humanity, right? Think about that. So now, for the setup of the game, you're going to separate the cards into the white cards and the black cards, as I've already done here. Now, the game suggests that the youngest player goes first, but you decide however you want to decide who is going to actually go first. So the first thing that they're going to do is each player is going to choose 3 white cards and 3 black cards, and then they're going to look at them. Easier, let me do this. All right, so one player has chosen those at random. The character cards are a Blob, a Carney, or a Spartan. And the attribute card, we have Super Strength, Invisibility, and Wearing an Impenetrable Tuxedo. So what you're going to do is you're going to pick one card. You got to go with the Carney. And you're going to pick one of the attribute cards. An invisible Carney sounds very dangerous to me. And these are going to get discarded. The other player is going to do the same. And just to speed things up, let's say that it is Chuck Norris, who can control machines. And this is what you are going to do. You're going to argue. You are going to argue the fact that an invisible Carney will be able to take Chuck Norris with the ability to control machines. This argument is going to go on as long as you want, as long as you're making valid points. As valid as a point can be concerning an invisible Carney and a machine controlling Chuck Norris. But that's what we nerds do. This is what we do. And we're going to argue about it. And then the other players are going to decide who they thought made the best points. And that's the game. That's the game. It's going to, continue. So let's say, amazingly enough, the Invisible Carney's argument is thought to be the winning argument. Then the next player is going to have to face them. Now, the game also suggests that after everyone sees who everyone is, that you can actually add a second attribute to each of these to make it more interesting. So now it is an invisible Carney armed with a bow and unlimited arrows. And now Chuck Norris not only can control machines, but he is wearing a flaming tutu. Kind of hard to get close to a guy wearing a flaming tutu, I guess. But yeah, so the argument's going to go. The players are going to decide who made the best argument that the fight's going to win. So the carny wins. So the next player is going to have to face the carny, who's invisible, armed with unlimited arrows. And I'm very glad that they put unlimited there, because trust me, as a nerd, that's one of the things I would bring to a point if I was arguing against this is, well, how many freaking arrows do you think he has? Well, an unlimited amount of, quote, freaking arrows is now available. Now, the game has a bunch of expansions out already. I'm meaning to get the 2 orange expansions because they specifically add superheroes and science fiction individuals. But to start with, I decided to get the location, the blue deck, which is a location deck. He has a little "you are here" kind of thing going on there. And these aren't necessarily really chosen by the players, but after the fight is set up and about to start, then you're going to go, whoa, wait a second. It's happening in a rickety old railroad bridge. Now that can change the entirety of the fight. Well, especially since Chuck Norris is wearing a flaming tutu, I imagine that rickety old railroad bridge is probably going to burn down. They're going to fall in the water, and then you're going to be able to see the carny. He's not really going to be invisible anymore. See, it changes everything. It changes everything about the fight. That's it. That's how you play Superfight. You just have to make sure that you're not playing it with someone like me, who's going to get very angry during the argument. But then again, most of us nerds do. All right, let's have a final word on this. I told you I was right. The carny, invisible, with unlimited arrows with his bow, is going to defeat Chuck Norris, who can control machinery wearing a flaming tutu, especially if they're on an old rickety bridge. How could you even argue that with me? I think I've been waiting for a game like this for quite a while now. This is definitely kind of a party game, but a lot more nerd-centered of a party game. But that was how you play it. Now, there's a couple of variations in the rules. There's a villain variation, and there's a gang, a team-up kind of a rule variation for it. And there's a sort of free-for-all, every man versus or woman versus themselves, or flaming Chuck Norris tutu versus themselves, variations in it. But they all come down to really the same mechanic, the same thing that you're doing, just slightly different tweaked versions of it. And that's how you play. That's how you play Superfight. I'm your buddy, Big Johnny G, for Two Gun Pixie presents Legendary Gaming, and I am out of here.